Hey everyone, Combo here, back with another Empires and Puzzles video, and today I am going to show you why the Woodland Fauns and Astral Dwarves are the best families of heroes to go up against Fergus tank teams. So I'm going to show you their family bonuses, and then I'm going to go into some raids. I'm going to go through 6 full raid flags so that you can see in action why these families are so good against Fergus tank teams. And we're only going to go up against standard V formation so that we can kind of emulate what a war battle would look like. Real quick before we get started, if you do enjoy this video or find it helpful, hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed to my channel, and turn that notification bell on so you can be alerted of when I drop new content. So let's first take a look at the Woodland Faun family passive or family bonus. If you have 1 or 2 unique heroes, these heroes will have a 75 or 100% chance to resist the mana reductions and mana status ailments. Each successful resist by this family gives this character 15% mana. They also deal 50 or 100% more damage dealt against minions and mega minions. So if you've got at least 2 different unique Woodland Fauns, they're going to have a 100% chance for both of those bonuses. And that 15% mana every time that gets resisted can be definitely pretty key. For the Astral Dwarves, depending if you have 1 or 2 family members there, they will have a 25 or 50% chance to dispel a random dispellable status effect buff from all enemies at the end of each turn. And then they also have that 75 or 100% chance to resist mana reductions and mana status ailments. Each successful resist by this family gives this character 5% mana. So not as good as the Woodland Fauns, but still definitely very good. I've got 2 Astral Dwarves at level 85 and 3 Woodland Fauns at level 90. I've got matching legendary troops for each of them. But when I use this team in wars, it's almost like an automatic win, honestly, because I just like to tile dump up against Fergus. He can go off as many times as possible, and he's actually going to help me by giving me mana. He will obviously get that full mega minion, which is also going to give me some bleed damage. So obviously that needs to be monitored, especially if I'm not getting the tiles I need to heal with Bramble. And the other thing at this point right now, there's only 2 healers in those families, with Bramble from the Woodland Fauns and then Megwin from the Astral Dwarves family. So having one of those is kind of key. If you don't have one of them, you can always use 2 Woodland Fauns, 2 Astral Dwarves, and then somebody like Rosalind or Toon Vivica. Both of those would be good healers to bring up against a Fergus tank team as well. Another thing that you want to be mindful of is the teams that you're going up against could have a hero that removes the wither effects that a lot of Astral Dwarves give. So the Garrison Guard family all have the Guard Rally passive, and most of them remove wither effects from all allies. That's going to happen every 4 turns. Some of the other ones, like Fergus, remove growth effects every 4 turns. So he wouldn't have an effect if it's just him, but they've got 3 other Garrison Guard family members that will remove wither effects with Kolya, Pip, and then also Dima does as well, yeah. So just be aware of that. So when I do go up against teams that have the Guard Rally that removes wither effects, I try to string my specials together so that I can get the maximum damage from the wither effect, from the defense wither from Vard. And then Ixen also withers attack and then gives plus 50% extra damage minimum for all enemies. And then depending on how many minions or mega minions are owned by the enemies, they will get a plus 10% extra damage for each minion or mega minion. And obviously this team has a lot of mega minions, so we could be up to plus 100% because the Fox also starts off with that little minion as well. So ideally, if I can get all of my specials together, I'm going to use Ixen first for that extra damage, and then I'm going to use Vard, who gives the defense wither, and then I'm going to use Bramble since he's a hit 3, and then Isidori last so that he can basically clean up the mess of anybody that's left. For this team that I'm going up against, obviously I would want to target the right side first to get rid of the Reviver with Sable. So let's see how this first flag here goes. We're going to go into battle. All right, so this team setup is a little odd for me and my normal playstyle. I usually like to play 4-1, 3-2, or even 2-2-1, but this is a weird 2-1-1-1 setup because of the heroes that I have in these families. But I have definitely found that it has not been an issue because of the fact that we are just trying to tile dump up against Fergus so that he can basically go off as many times to give me extra mana. So I'm going to start off with the 4 reds in the middle. That's going to give me the ability to hit that red dragon in the middle afterwards to create a cascade with the blues next to it. Or we could get a Blue Cascade right away. That works too. All right, now I am going to hit that red dragon, which will give me a cascade of yellows in that second row from the top. And again, I'm just trying to create as many cascades as possible, and we got a green diamond. I will certainly take that. Now, which way do I want to match it? I think I'm going to match it this way. This will give me a couple options to match 4. Purple's actually a purple diamond. Just kidding. We got a cascade. But we'll have 4 purples anyway. And now, watch. Fergus is going to allow me to gain more mana. We just got enough mana for Bramble, Peregrine, and Isidore. So I'm going to hold off on using all of those specials so that I can try to string some together. Let's match these 4 purples up top right now. I do need to be careful about making sure that green diamond does not go off. I would love for Fergus to go off again to give me some more mana. I think I may need to heal right now because Isidore is getting low. So let's at least use Bramble. And I've got enough tiles to get both Peregrine and Bramble, so let's use Peregrine right now on the 3 on the right. And then I'm going to hit the purple dragon, which will hit that green diamond, obviously. And I'll get my green specials back, and then also Bard. And Fergus is dead already. Awesome. That does make Ixen a little less effective because she has one of those specials that change through everybody. So let's match these blue tiles on the bottom so that I can get her special. And then I'm going to use all those specials together on the right so we can kill Sable before she revives anybody. So let's use Bramble first to heal and cleanse everybody. And then I'm going to use Ixen. And then let's use Bard. And then we're going to use Peregrine on the 2 on the right. Just kidding. Sable's dead already. So let's use Peregrine over here. And then I'm going to use the main part of Isidore on Dima. And that might kill everybody. Just kidding. Pip evaded it. All right, let's just go through this battle real quick here. All right, we should be able to end this battle after we get these tiles for Isidore. And he should be able to end this battle. All right, 1 for 1 to start, and not the greatest of boards. We really didn't have a lot of greens, which is the main color that I need to make sure that I can heal. All right, next up, we are going to, again, try to find another Fergus tank team in a standard V formation. I don't even care who the rest of the company, so to speak, is that is with him. All right, so we've got this team here. Actually, this is a really good team to go up against. They've got Astrid, Ceres, who is definitely in meta defenses now. They've got Rosalind, and then also Ixen as well. So let's go up against this team here. Lots of greens to start. All right. Although I'm going to start off with this yellow diamond matching. And now I'm going to match the 3 greens on the left so that those don't get separated and stuck out there. Again, normally I like to just tile dump right up the middle, but that one made a little bit more sense for me. I'm going to hit this yellow diamond now. That's going to create a cascade of 4 greens up top. Perfect. Now, I'm going to match the 3 greens up against Fergus. Actually, you know what? I'm going to match the 3 blues up against Fergus. That's going to set up 4 greens the next turn. But I think Fergus going off is going to give me enough mana for Bramble and Peregrine to get their specials anyway because of that 15% mana generation or increase. Yes, it did. Awesome. All right. Right now, I'm more concerned about the ones on the left because of Astrid and Ceres. But I also want to try to string my specials together. But I don't think I'm going to be able to get Isidore and Ixen, or Isidore and Vard anytime soon. So let's use Bramble right now. And I'm going to use Peregrine, and then let's match these 4 greens up the middle here. Now let's match these 3 greens together. That's going to give me Bramble and Peregrine again. And Ixen as well. Perfect. I would really like for Fergus to go off so that he can give Isidori his special. Alright, let's... I wish I had some purple that could match. Let's do this. I'm gonna use Bramble and then Ixen and then Peregrine. And then I'm gonna match these 3 greens up against Fergus. Hopefully I get a purple or blue in the bottom. We did get a blue, and Fergus is dead, so definitely glad I used Ixen so that everybody got hit with that extra damage. Although Astrid's about to go off. Let's ghost these 4 blues up the middle while we can. Fergus is revived, but honestly, that's okay. And we got some extra mana just now, so let's use Ixen first, and then Vard. And Ceres and Fergus are dead. Let's use the main part of Isidori on Astrid. Hopefully she doesn't get that -1. Actually, everybody died from that. That was insane. All right, I will certainly take that. 2 for 2 so far with this team. All right, this is a reverse V formation, so not going to do that one. We need a standard V with Fergus. Bernadette, Dueler Filler. Come on, don't make me spend a ton of food to reroll. All right, so we've got this Fergus tank team with Dima, Astrid, Dueler Filler, and Archibald. So this is going to be a very good team to go up against here. All right, we have a couple blue diamond options to start here. I think I'm going to start off with the one on the top. Yeah, let's do that. And I think I might hit that blue diamond right now. That's going to give me Ixen. They do have Dima that removes the Wither effect, but I think I might use Ixen right now anyway, because nobody else has mana. Although I don't have any blue tiles anyway. You know what? Let's just use Ixen. They're going to get 80% extra damage because of the 3 Mega Minions on there now, too. All right, let's match these purples and greens on the left here. Now we're going into tile dumping mode. Let's match this red diamond. And we got a yellow diamond as a cascade. All right. I do not need to hit that red diamond in order to get Isidori's special, so let's just match these 4 reds on the right. Actually, I want to match these 4 greens first. Alright, Dima's about to go off, so I'm going to wait for him to go off before I heal. Let's hit Archibald with these 4 reds now. That should not set him off. Perfect. Alright, so now let's heal with Bramble. And let's use Peregrine on the 3 on the left here. Again, I usually try to string these together, but because I don't really have a lot of options for purple and blue tiles, I didn't want to hold it off too long. Let's use Isidori on Astrid. This might kill her or close to it. Close. We did kill Dueler Filler. Now, I think I might want to hit that red diamond. It's going to set off a huge cascade with the yellow diamond. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to be a big tile dumping move. Alright. I was hoping for a little more than that, but I guess I'll take it. Let's match these 4 purples and 4 reds on the right now. That should give me Isidore, maybe? Or close to it, not quite. Astrid's probably about to go off. Although, Fergus going off gave me Isidore special, so we can now kill Astrid before she fires. Awesome. I love that instant mana, and 3 people are dead. This battle is going to be over real quick now. Alright, let's match these purples here so I can wither away Fergus's defense. And we got Ixen. Alright, this battle's going to be over. I honestly feel like this is like a cheat code against Fergus tank teams, having 5 of these heroes. Alright, next up, we are going to reroll until we get another Fergus tank. This is not a standard V formation. Need a standard V with Fergus, but right now we are 3 for 3. Come on, give me another Fergus tank team. Spending so much food to reroll. Come on. Where are you, Fergus? There we are. This one's kind of an easy team. They've got Blossom, Atwood, Welthau, and Flamehide, but they've got 2 reds. I mean, I guess I'll go up against it. I just rerolled like 12 times. All right, let's go up against this team. All right, so to start, looking for cascading options, not seeing any obvious ones. I think I'm going to start off with the 3 purples vertically in hopes maybe I get a blue on the bottom there. We did get a blue, just not in the right spot, but that's okay. Let's match those 4 blues, though. Now, let's match the 3 greens on the left before they get separated. Let's match these 3 greens up the middle. No cascading options. Let's get rid of these yellows. At least Fergus will give me some mana now. And enough for Bramble and Peregrine to get their specials. Let's focus on the left over here. The other cool thing with going up against Atwood is that I've got 3 heroes that will resist Insanity with those Woodland Fauns, so that will definitely help as well. Let's start matching some purples to hopefully get Vard in the next turn. Flamehide's going to go off in the next turn or 2 anyway, so let's do that. And Flamehide is also one of those Garrison Guards that removes growth effects. He does not remove wither effects. So we're going to use Ixen and Vard right now. This might kill Fergus. And it did. Awesome. Now, let's hit this blue dragon, which should kill Blossom. Not quite. Welthau's about to go off as well now. Let's match these 3 greens, setting off that little cascade of blues. Definitely need to heal soon. So let's match these 3 greens. Normally I would match the 3 greens up top on the right, but I only need 1 more tile for... Actually, so yeah, let's match the 3 greens and reds on the left. That way I can do that twofer with the green tiles next turn. Let's go after the ones on the left here. Alright, got Isidore special now, although Welthau's about to heal again. Hit the fawns! Alright. I gotta be careful about using Ixen now. Alright, let's see if we can kill Blossom or close to it. Alright, she's dead. Welthau's almost dead. Let's hit this yellow dragon. And we should be able to kill Wealthau or close to it with these blues. Not quite. Although Ixen will kill her. And we've got Bramble and Peregrine with some automatic mana. Awesome. Now, Flamehide's about to go off. I'm going to match these purples here. And let's use Vard. This battle should be over in a moment. Let's just get our red tile so I can get Isidore. And I'm going to use Isidore to finish off Atwood. Awesome. 4 for 4 so far. All right, 2 flags left, and let's find another Fergus with a standard V, and we got one right away with Astrid, Dima, Kolya, and Regen. All right, so we have some cascading options here. Let's match these 4 purples, which will set off that little cascade of greens. Very nice. Now, I really just want to focus up the middle because I want Fergus to go off so that he can give me some of that instant mana. Let's match the 3 reds up the middle. Nice cascade of greens. I will take that. I'm going to hit this purple dragon now. Nice cascade with the yellows and purples. All right, we've got Bramble and Peregrine. They do have some garrison guards that remove wither effects, so I'd like to try to string specials together if I can. But I've got a lot of green tiles on here also, so I may as well use these 2. Let's match these greens and yellows on the left. Nice cascade with the blues and the reds. That's going to give me Isidore. Awesome. Let's match these greens and purples up top. That's going to give me Vard. Which between Vard and Isidore, that may give me enough to kill Astrid. Although, you know what? I think if I match the 3 blues, that's going to set off Fergus. And I think it might give me enough mana for Ixen. She's going to be just shy, I think. After this 5% mana. Yeah. Alright, let's match these 3 blues on the left. Or rather on the right bottom. Oh, actually, she did just get her extra mana. That was from when Bramble went off, that 20% mana that he gives everybody. That worked out great. Okay, let's use Ixen first. And then I'm going to use Vard after her. Fergus is dead, not Isidore. And this battle's going to be over right now. Awesome. All right, we are 5 for 5, 1 flag left. And hopefully I don't have to reroll 10 times to find a Fergus team. You would think being ranked 182, I wouldn't have to. Okay, perfect. Now, they've got Orkork, Hreidmar, Sludges, and they've also got Dima. Sludges can sometimes be a little bit of a problem if her dancing goes off before I can string my specials together. I do have a couple heroes that never miss targets because of their passives with Ixen, the perfect accuracy, and then Vard also has that. Isidore does not have that, and he does a lot of damage, so if he misses, then he's definitely going to die probably if he misses even like twice. So I probably won't use Peregrine or Isidore if Sludges' dancing is in effect. But hopefully we can string our specials together by just tile dumping up against Fergus over those first 8 or 10 turns. Alright, so trying to create cascades. I don't love my options here. I think I might start off with these reds vertically up the middle. Hoping to get a purple or a blue in that green spot, but the green will do. We can actually set up a purple diamond if we want to match one tile up against Sludges. which I think I will do. Yeah. Let's match this purple diamond. Nice cascade of the purple after. And I'm going to hit that purple diamond. Even though I don't need to hit the purple diamond, I could match the 3 purples on the left. But this is going to set off a cascade with the greens. And I'm hoping some other stuff. Would love to get some reds, and we actually got the blues up the middle too, which was going to happen automatically. It's going to set off Fergus and probably give me Bramble's special. And everybody else is pretty close as well. Alright, so I need some more tiles for Isidore and Ixen. Let's heal with Bramble, since I'm going to match them with green tiles right now anyway. Let's match these reds right now. Yeah, I'm going to hold on to Peregrine Special, even though I'm going to get a cascade of some greens. Yeah, let's do this. Alright, that's going to give me my blues. Although, if I match those blues, then it's going to set off Sludges because of that cascade of the reds. So Orikark is about to go off. He steals minions and mega minions, steals 40% mana from the target, and deals 530% and puts them into deep sleep. I think I want to use my specials right now so that he does not go off. So let's use Vard, and then Peregrine on the 3 on the left here, and then let's use Isidore on Orikark. Alright, all 3 on the left are dead. Wow, alright, I will certainly take that. Alright, let's ghost these 3 red tiles, and we should be going a perfect 6 for 6. If we can just finish this battle off here quick. Deem is dead. Just gonna put those tiles up against Sludges so I can get Isidore's special. And this might be enough to kill Sludges, and it is awesome. We went a perfect 6 for 6 with this team. I don't think any of my allies died any of those battles. So as you can see, it was definitely a pretty easy time going up against those 6 Fergus tank teams with the Woodland Fauns and the Astral Dwarves. And again, a couple of those are only at level 85. They're just so powerful up against Fergus tank teams because they basically make it so that he just has a mega minion that gives bleed damage. And the mega minion only has like 35% health or something like that. It's one of the smaller ones. It's not one of those big 65% mega minions that some of the heroes like Rosalind and Maisie and Kolya have. And honestly, you don't even really want to try to kill Fergus first because he gives you extra mana every single time he goes off. So obviously these heroes are some of the harder ones to get, especially the Astral Dwarves because of the low pull rates. The Woodland Fauns don't have the best of pull rates either, but they're definitely a little easier to get. Let me know which Fauns and Dwarves that you would like to use up against Fergus, but that is going to do it for today's video. I hope you did enjoy it or found it helpful, and if you did, hit that like button, make sure you're subbed to my channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.